Change. Some people hate it, others love it, and some even fear it. Change can be disruptive, confusing, and I love this word, discombobulating. All kinds of circumstances require some degree of change. Things like a move, even if it's across town, changing schools, personal growth, death, divorce, or diagnosis, some type of accident or loss of income. Even good things, like the birth of a baby, can bring extreme change in a household. Sometimes it's not our circumstance that changed, it's someone close to us. They've had a disruption and it forces us to change in our feelings, decisions, and alter how we spend our time. Change is often something we didn't ask for. It shows up on our doorstep with a loud knocking boom, 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 like the Walmart delivery man that causes me to jump out of my skin. I requested online to just leave it on my porch. Just drop it and drive, dude. Anyway, change can show up and be quite alarming. The feeling of being out of control is shocking. It can evoke deep emotions and trigger trauma from our past. Change reminds us that we're really not in control. It's a reminder of our dependence on God and each other. I'm still in recovery from a major surgery. A casual CT scan showed something that wasn't meant to be there, and all of a sudden, my world changed. How I spent my time and how much pain I was in. The specialist I had to visit out of town. A midnight trip to the ER, the test I endured, the aftermath of anesthesia. It seems the older I get, the longer the recovery road. I had almost 3 months sitting and lying around. This was definitely big change for me. I don't like to be incapacitated. I felt completely out of control, especially when the C word was hanging over my head for weeks. By the way, no C word. Yay! A few more weeks and my strength will come back. The surgery was totally unexpected, but it was a good thing all around. I healed and grew in my friendship with God, but it didn't feel like that when it was happening. I had no idea my spring season would be spent indoors doing nothing. If a child never grows and becomes independent, or we as parents won't let go, even though they're fully grown, we've done them a disservice and have failed to do our job. We as children of God have a perfect Father who knows when we are failing to launch. He knows that His kids require growth, which comes through change. And He gently nudges us toward the future and His destiny for us. He turns bad things for our good. And some things we see as bad are actually good for us. Many answers to prayer come in packages we don't expect or even like. But His ways and thoughts are higher than ours. He knows what's best. He also knows what's ahead of you, because He sees your tomorrow. We are raised up in God to be light and love in our few years here on earth. And we don't know just how many years we've been given. How we respond to change, whether traumatic or simply disorienting, is our choice. Transition can be hard. We can lose hope or lose our way. But that's when we run to our Heavenly Father and throw ourselves into His arms and His plan. He alone knows your blueprint. So unexpected change is a part of that. But in our mindset, it can feel overwhelming and grievous. We can choose to respond with trust, faith, and hope, or we can retreat into fear, bitterness, and negativity. We can allow the enemy to intimidate us into silence. But Jesus died so that we could marinate in His peace during our Gethsemane moment. He took up our infirmities and carried our sorrows. His grace is truly sufficient. If you've received unexpected change, I'd like to give you a big virtual empathetic hug and remind you that He is for you, not against you. And like the old song says, many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds the future, and I know who holds my hand.